Thank you. Dear President Joe Biden, dear Special Envoy John Kerry, thank you for convening this important summit. America is back with us at the forefront of multilateralism, and your decision to return to the Paris Agreement sends a strong global signal. This is good news for the world. We face a civilizational challenge. Human beings have always shown a unique ability to adapt, adapting from agrarian communities to industrial nations dependent on fossil fuels. And today, we understand this is not sustainable, and we must once again adapt to fossil-free economies. This is now the third industrial revolution. In December 2019, EU leaders committed to climate neutrality by 2050, and we were the first major economy to take such a bold decision. And just yesterday, we enshrined our ambitious climate goals into European climate law. In a few minutes, I'd like to focus on two critical areas: green bonds and carbon pricing. First, we need to be more determined in the field of climate finance. We decided collectively to mobilize at least $100 billion a year for climate financing. The EU and our member states remain the largest contributor of public climate finance to developing countries, and we urge all developed countries to scale up their contributions. This would send a very strong signal in the run-up to COP26. And this is why our European budget and recovery package will dedicate around 600 billion euros to powering our green transition. Transition to a low-carbon economy requires massive investment, which far exceeds public investment capacity alone. We need to use our public funding intelligently to create buy-in from the private sector. The green transition is our prosperity strategy, and 30% of our recovery package will be funded through green bonds. Since finance is global, green finance must also be global, and we want to cooperate and orientate the private sector. Green finance was born in Europe, and today our currency, the euro, is by far the leading currency when it comes to green bonds. We have the most advanced regulatory framework in the world, and we'll soon establish a European green bond standard. But we need to create the right global regulatory framework. Let's try to provide greater certainty for private investors everywhere in the world. In 2019, we set up the International Platform on Sustainable Finance. And today, the platform represents 55% of global greenhouse gas emissions. We encourage more countries to join. Our European ambition is also reflected in our European financial institutions. As of this year, the European Investment Bank has aligned all its financing activities with the goals of the Paris Agreement. It will dedicate at least 50% of annual financing to green investment by 2025. It will support 1 trillion euro in investment for green projects this decade. And the European Central Bank is also working on the implication of climate change for monetary policy and financial stability. My second point, a global approach to carbon pricing is paramount to promoting green investment. If we want to be at peace with nature, we need to chase carbon from our business model. This is the only way to change direction. Preserving a global level playing field is essential. We must set the right incentives at the global level, because carbon leakage across our economies is detrimental. And that's why we intend to introduce a carbon border adjustment mechanism. This is needed to ensure a level playing field, and it must be compatible with WTO rules. We are ready to work with all our partners on carbon pricing. Dear leaders, dear President Joe Biden, We want to be a strong and loyal partner, and we are ready to join forces with all global partners, ready to take our collective responsibility for the well-being of our people and the well-being of our planet. I thank you.